Welcome back to Ferocious Education. This is Ed. Today, I want to talk about Vinco Ventures once more as a quick update to fix some things I talked about last time. So without further ado, let's jump right into this one. So in terms of due diligence, we have new pieces of information I want to cover. Now, if you would like to watch any of my previous videos, you'll find the last one in the description below, or you can do it through my channel. So first off is through the eTrade platform. So apparently this is one of the only places that you can actually find a short interest as a percentage of flow. A bunch of people commented last time on my video mentioning that this is accurate after they've confirmed with eTrade themselves. So I'll take it as face value and actually go through this as if this is actually correct. Now, a quick noticing here is that the number of floating shares, which is a bit different than the outstanding shares, is around 87.7 million. And if we were to go through the presentation from last time, they were saying that the number of shares outstanding plus the shares to be issued is very close to that number. It's actually 88.6 million, right? 89 million when you add the second figure. So around 89 million shares total. So it is very close to the 87.7 million floating shares, assuming that all that outstanding shares are issued anyway. Now, the short shares as a percentage of float is around 260.11%. Now, that on its own is quite massive and mind-boggling if that is in fact true. We're assuming that is. Now, other valuations onto this one as we get to see, the quick ratio, or these are maybe a little bit more complicated, so I'm just going to go to the easier one as price over sales. The price over sales for the year, for last year, was 58.6. Now, this doesn't actually factor in things that are applicable like NFTs, the recent acquisitions, so it's not as accurate, but last year's 58.6 is the price over sale, which is really highly significant when compared to the price over sales of the SP 500. In terms of the gross margins, you're sitting at 28.80, which is somewhat significant, but operating margin is around negative 145.7. That signals in a loss. Similarly, EBITDA is around negative 162.59 into their EBITDA margin. So the earning per shares comes out as negative 0.8 or negative 8.835. That means that they're losing around almost $9 per share. So that on its own is quite significant as well. But the important thing is to consider for this one, this is not a fundamentals move, but rather a retail move against short selling from what it seems, and this is back on the table as a high short interest being 260.11% once more. In terms of the balance sheets and incomes, we can go over this, but a quick summary will show you that the cash and cash equivalents has increased significantly for Q2 2021 in comparison to Q1 2021 and Q4 2020. Now, this is in fact similar to what you see currently. The reporting on September 3rd, 2021, cash of around $127 million, and debt, Lomo acquisition, that would be $120 million. And as we got to see before, that the cash warrants, assuming all available warrants were exercised to cash, or for cash, the cash as of the 3rd of September would remain $127 million. In addition to cash generated from their warrants to be $492 million roughly additional. So that's quite massive. Similarly, if assuming that the share price of the 3rd of September for all the calculations, this would be down to 213.84 million cash instead of 492. So you kind of have a range there. That's in additional to the cash of $127 million. So you get to see a massive jump that is going to look into the next quarter, and that will definitely be something very interesting. Another thing that I've seen in the comments that I do want to just highlight is that the TYDE spin-off dividends will happen on October 15th. That's the record date. So 2 days before there is the ex-dividend date. And that means you would have to buy shares before the 13th of October in order to see these record date, or in order to see the TYDE spin-off dividends. Now, on other things is we can take a look into SEC filings, but there's nothing new. On analyst research, we don't have actual information for that, but all in all, we kind of able to see that 260% is seen on eTrade. Now we can take a look into another kind of source. This here is the high short interest stocks, one of the ones that show GME and others. And we're able to see that BBIG is not in fact on any of these. And if we were to take a look here, it debuts on NASDAQ. And so you're able to see it's not on the list on here, which is quite really interesting. And if you even hear Control F BBIG, you're not going to find it. Control F Vinco Ventures, you're not going to find it. So it was quite interesting not to find it on here, but appears to be that a short interest of 260% on E-Trade. Now on FinViz and others, I'm not able to find that short interest on its own. And on Yahoo, we're able to go down and see that the short interest is not in fact updated, but the short percent of shares outstanding as of September 15, 2021 is 21.94. And on September 15th, 2021, short percentage as a percentage of flow is 23.40. And currently it shows here that the shorts, or the float in general, is around 56.82 million shares. So that's less than the data we've seen here. So it doesn't really correlate nicely. It's not the same thing that you're seeing. It's different information, and that's something to be careful of as well. But I'm basically highlighting from what I've seen from other people in the comments below talking about this exact situation here. And before moving on, if you would like to see more contents like this, make sure to click the subscribe button on the bottom right corner and leaving notifications on for this channel. It helps my channel a lot more than you can think of. Also, don't forget to drop a like to this video if you've actually enjoyed it. You can join our Discord in the description below, totally free, and we're not trying to upsell you on anything on there. Now, SEC filings have been a bit quiet since the 21st of September, and we covered that before, and press releases again since the 21st of September. The latest news was on the NFT movie soundtrack for the Grammy winners Amma Keith and Adrian L. Miller. Now, institutional buyers similarly aren't much active since the 24th of September. Now, that is recent nonetheless, and we get to see around, I would say, thousands of shares, roughly around 25,000 shares being added, but nothing significant from before it there. We've seen a lot of activity before, including hundreds of thousands of shares being added like on the 18th of August, but that kind of level of activity is not seen recently specifically, but companies like Morgan Stanley and others are still holding, so that might actually be a good sign. Now, the short shares availability is currently at 65,000 shares. And what does that signal? It signals in that there's only around 65,000 shares being returned back that are available for short selling, and the short borrow fee rate is around 27.45%, meaning that short sellers are more likely to keep this one multiple days because the short borrow fee rate is actually low. And a short squeeze would really hurt them if that does actually occur, and that 260% is accurate. Now, the short volume ratios shows you kind of short percentage of volume per total volume. That is currently sitting somewhere very closer to the 30th percent. And a big reason of that is because a lot of people are anticipating massive movements on the short selling side, and they're not as aggressive as they were before. Now let's move on towards technical analysis and put a bit of a sense into this movement. Now, from a technical analysis perspective, we do have some good news on here. So the first thing is that the price point is within this thing called the trading action zone, where most possible reversals occur. That's between the 10 SMA on the green line at 724 and 30 SMA at 663, and that's a bullish thing. Now, on the average directional index, what we get to see here is that it's a 3064, so there's a retraction from the movement itself, but still very much significant. Now, the Williams percent R is a neutral level, so there's nothing to worry about here. It's not highly oversold. The movement of buying is pushing the price upwards, and we can get to see that through this index. The Williams percent R, by the way, might be known to you into something else like relative strength index. The main kind of emphasis on the formulas is very similar between the two. MACD, you're able to see a positive reversals is already taking step into this one and pushing in towards the positive side. That alone is very positive news for people who are holding this one and suggests a brighter future than we've anticipated with this one. Previously, it was more about accumulation. We might get an accumulation, but currently it's looking like it's reversing back towards a positive reversal. Momentum is still negative but stabilizing, and hopefully we'll able to see similar action than similar to the MACD, where it does reverse back to the positive. Now, stochastic fast and stochastic slow both are curving upwards, and that is a bullish thing. Similarly, on the stochastic fast and stochastic slow, it's suggested that it's curving up. You're able to see that action on the moving average bands as they kind of still curve up, a little bit plateauing. But this one is expected to trade between $9 on the top of the moving average 818 in the middle, and 736 in the bottom. Now, currently, there's some key significant Fibonacci retracement supports and resistances we need to be careful of. The current major support that was tested today on the Fibonacci retracements was at the 680. Below there, 546 and 380. Now, resistances are at 814, 1005, and 1249. If we go towards price line action, we're able to see significant support levels sitting close to the 691. Below there, 664. Below there, around 635 and 606, going downwards to the 543, downwards to the 517, 504, and then downwards to the 451, 405, 367, 328, downwards to the 282, and then it does crumble down to the 224. Resistances, however, there is a few of them that are very critical. 713, and then above there, around 748, going upwards to 780, and then upwards to around 841, 881, going higher to around 944, $10, around 1051, 1118, and upwards to 1179. Comes to the question to Ed, what do you think about this one? Well, if a lot of people have actually seen my video and are able to see that exposure of the 260% short interest, so that's where you come in with sharing that information and mentioning what you think down in the comment below, whether that is actually accurate or not. We see it on E-Trade where we have the 260% SI. That seems to be the most accurate we can find on recent information. And we have one that was updated 2 weeks ago on Yahoo that suggests around 28%, 27% of short interest. Now, it seems that E-Trade information might be a little bit more accurate than the other one, and that's very interesting for us. And if it's in fact on 260% short interest, with that smaller much of a float, this can actually pull a GME very quick. So that is the biggest kind of thing we need to think about, because this stock, if it's in fact putting that accurate short interest out, it can be a real game changer. What do you think about the sticker? Make sure to mention down in the comments below. Share, subscribe, and like, and have a wonderful day. Now, if you're still here on this video, make sure to drop down below and join our Discord. We have a lot of different things going on, including, for instance, members that gives picks for free. It's not pump and dumps, we just things we think about, swings, etc. We also have really exciting bots. You can actually use those ones. For instance, we're just testing out this bot, for instance, that gives you Fibonacci resistance points, activities, etc. And we have a bunch of free things, totally free. We run on tips here, and you can ask me questions, suggest stocks, etc. It's a really nice community that has been growing up very fast at a very good rate, and it's totally free. If you would like to join that one, feel free to do so in the description below, and have a wonderful day.